the home robotics revolution just took a massive leap forward. Norwegian robotics startup 1x has announced plans to deploy its humanoid Neo-Gamma robots in a few hundred to a few thousand homes by the end of 2025. This isn't just another lab test. It's the first real-world stress test of humanoid robots living among people, and the implications will reshape our future faster than anyone anticipated. Welcome back, guys. Alfie here, bringing you another mind-blowing update. The world's most advanced AI robot, 1x technology will test humanoid robots in a few hundred homes in 2025, and AI Nexus will cover every detail as it unfolds. Let's go. At NVIDIA's GTC 2025 conference, 1x CEO Bernd Bernich dropped this bombshell with surprising casualness. Neo-Gamma is going into homes this year, he stated matter-of-factly during a TechCrunch interview. We want it to live and learn among people. This simple statement represents the most ambitious real-world test of humanoid robotics ever attempted. While competitors like Figure AI make similar promises, 1x's approach contains several radical differences that could give them a decisive advantage in the race to bring robots into our daily lives. What makes 1x's strategy so revolutionary, and risky is their transparent admission that Neo-Gamma isn't ready for full autonomy. Unlike companies projecting unrealistic timelines, 1x openly acknowledges their robots will initially rely on human teleoperators. These remote pilots will monitor Neo's cameras and sensors in real time, ready to take control when the robot encounters situations beyond its current capabilities. This hybrid approach represents a pragmatic middle ground between today's limited automation and the fully autonomous future everyone dreams about. The learning potential from this experiment is enormous. Every interaction in these test homes, every stubbed robotic toe on a coffee table, every failed attempt to open a stubborn refrigerator door, generates priceless data. 1x plans to feed this information back into their AI training systems, creating a virtuous cycle where each mistake makes every robot smarter. Early adopters aren't just getting a fancy gadget. They're becoming essential collaborators in training what could become the first truly useful home robots. Privacy concerns understandably loom large. The idea of camera-equipped robots streaming footage of our private lives to remote operators raises legitimate alarms. 1x claims users will maintain control over when operators can access their Neo's sensors. But this assurance will need to withstand intense scrutiny. The company's ability to address these concerns may determine whether society embraces home robots or rejects them as intrusive surveillance devices. Recent demonstrations showcase both Neo-Gamma's impressive capabilities and its current limitations. At GTC, the robot successfully performed basic household tasks like vacuuming and watering plants under partial human control. But it also suffered embarrassing failures, at one point shaking uncontrollably before collapsing into its creator's arms. These stumbles aren't signs of weakness. They're valuable reality checks showing why real-world testing is so crucial. Homes present challenges no lab can properly simulate, from unpredictable pets to constantly shifting clutter. The competitive landscape adds another layer of intrigue to 1x's announcement. Figure AI's rumored $40 billion valuation suggests investors see enormous potential in home robotics, while whispers persist about OpenAI developing its own humanoid. But 1x enjoys unique advantages, including backing from OpenAI itself and partnerships with NVIDIA. Their knitted nylon bodysuit represents an elegant safety solution, reducing injury risks from inevitable human-robot collisions in tight spaces. What most observers miss is how these home trials could create an insurmountable data advantage. While factory robots train on repetitive industrial tasks, home robots must master an infinite variety of unpredictable scenarios. Every interaction in a real home, whether successful or failed, provides training data more valuable than any simulated environment could generate. 1x's early adopters aren't just customers. They're actively building the neural networks that will power tomorrow's robotic workforce. The business implications are profound. Current projections suggest the home robotics market could eventually dwarf today's smartphone industry in size and impact. Companies that solve the home integration challenge first will dominate this new technological frontier. 1x's phased approach, starting with teleoperation before transitioning to full autonomy, may prove more sustainable than competitors betting everything on immediate self-sufficiency. Technical hurdles remain daunting. Battery technology still can't support full-day operation for humanoid robots. Safe manipulation of delicate objects in cluttered environments requires breakthroughs in tactile sensing and motor control. And developing AI capable of understanding the subtle social norms of human spaces presents challenges we're only beginning to comprehend. But 1x's willingness to deploy imperfect technology into real homes shows their commitment to solving these problems through practical experience rather than theoretical research. The societal impact could prove even more transformative than the technical achievements. Successful home integration represents the final frontier for robotics. Once robots prove capable of navigating the complexity of private residences, adapting them to other environments becomes comparatively straightforward. This explains why 1x prioritizes homes over seemingly easier industrial applications. Conquer the home, and everything else follows. Looking ahead, several critical milestones will determine whether this experiment succeeds. Can 1x maintain rigorous safety standards across hundreds of unique home environments? Will early adopters remain patient through the inevitable frustrations of first-generation technology? How quickly can the company reduce reliance on teleoperation as the robot's autonomy improves? The answers will shape not just 1x's future, but the entire trajectory of consumer robotics. One thing is certain: the age of domestic robots has transitioned from speculative fiction to imminent reality. Whether through neo-gamma or competing systems, humanoid robots will soon move from factory demonstrations to family living rooms. The question isn't if this will happen, but how quickly society will adapt to this profound change. As these trials begin, we're witnessing the birth of an industry that could redefine modern life. The companies that solve home integration first will dominate the next technological epoch. With its pragmatic approach and powerful partnerships, 1x has positioned itself at the forefront of this revolution. Their willingness to embrace real-world testing, flaws and all, may give them the edge needed to succeed where others have failed. The coming months will reveal whether we're truly ready to welcome robots into our most private spaces. Privacy concerns, safety issues, and societal acceptance all remain significant hurdles. But after 1x's announcement, one thing is clear: the home robotics revolution isn't coming in some distant future. It's happening now, and its impact will be felt sooner than anyone expects. The question is, are you ready for a robot to move into your home? Because ready or not, that future is arriving in 2025. The pace of advancement suggests we're on the verge of capabilities that would have seemed like science fiction just a decade ago. As we look to the future, several key developments seem inevitable. First, we'll see rapid expansion of the tasks these robots can perform, from basic chores to more complex activities like meal preparation or home organization. Second, we'll see improvements in human-robot interaction, making the robots more intuitive and easier to work with. Third, and perhaps most importantly, we'll see costs come down as the technology matures and scales. The societal impact of this technology will be profound. It could help address labor shortages in caregiving fields. It could give people back countless hours currently spent on household chores. It could even change how we design homes and living spaces when we can reliably count on robotic assistance. The implications extend far beyond mere convenience. This could reshape fundamental aspects of how we live. Of course, with such transformative technology comes important questions. How will we ensure these systems are used ethically? What policies need to be in place to protect privacy and security? How will we address the economic impacts as robots take on more roles in society? These aren't questions for the distant future. They're issues we need to start grappling with now as this technology becomes reality. What's clear is that the NVIDIA and 1x partnership has created something truly special. They're not just building a better robot. They're creating an entirely new category of intelligent assistants that could become as ubiquitous as smartphones are today. The dishwashing demo is impressive, but it's really just the first glimpse of a much larger transformation coming to our homes and daily lives. This is bigger than any single product or demo. This is about creating the foundation for robots to become true partners in our daily lives. And if this first collaboration is any indication, that future is coming faster than anyone expected. The world of robotics will never be the same, and neither will our homes. What do you think? Are you ready for robots in your home? What tasks would you most want automated? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates on this groundbreaking technology. The age of home robotics has arrived, and it's going to change everything.